Hey guys, it's XYDI and welcome to today's video. This was a pretty big week in gaming news. Sony bought EVO, Square Enix held an online event, and if you're a Batman fan, the only thing longer than the Snyder Cut seems to be the wait for the next Arkham game. We'll talk about all of that and more on today's episode of The Drop. First things first, before we get into the video, it's still Super Mario month here on the channel, and I would love it if you could go check out that series. And speaking of Mario, I just wanted to give you a quick reminder that Super Mario 3D All-Stars will be leaving the eShop on March 31st, so make sure to grab it while you still can. Anyway, let's get into the news. I love the Arkham games, and so do a lot of other people. Asylum and City are two of the best games from the PS3 and Xbox 360, and Arkham Knight was also an amazing game. And while Rocksteady is hard at work on their new Suicide Squad game, WB Montreal has been working on a spiritual successor to the Arkham series known as Gotham Knights, which was originally supposed to come out later this year, but has now been delayed into 2022. And while this is certainly disappointing as it's been almost 6 years since Arkham Knight was released, we can only hope this delay will make the game better when it finally releases. And while we're on the subject of superheroes, if you're a Marvel fan, then you know who the Russo brothers are. But if you don't know, they're responsible for some of the best Marvel movies. And another fun fact about them is that they are huge Fortnite fans, and they were recently tapped to do the intro cinematic for Season 6. It's a pretty great cutscene and definitely does a good job of priming us all for the next chapter of Fortnite, which includes an all-new battle pass, new areas on the map, and a whole bunch of new skins. Perhaps most notably Lara Croft from the Tomb Raider series, who looks great in that classic Fortnite style. And speaking of Lara Croft, that helps lead us into one of the bigger stories this week. Square Enix held an online event to announce a whole slew of new games, including a 25th anniversary pack for Tomb Raider, which includes the definitive versions of the last 3 Tomb Raider games, along with all the DLC. This package is available right now for just $20 on Xbox and PlayStation, although this is just a special introductory price, and will be going up to $50 starting on April 2nd, so definitely grab this one while it's still cheap. But let's get back to superheroes real quick, because Square also laid out the roadmap for future Avengers content, which includes the PS5 and Xbox Series versions being available right now, as well as various updates and new features coming over the next few months, perhaps most notably being that Black Panther is finally being added as a playable character later this year in the War for Wakanda expansion. Also shown off at the event were new trailers for Balan Wonderland, which launches next week, and we also got a new look at Outriders, which honestly looks pretty awesome and comes out on April 1st, and as an added little bonus will be coming to Xbox Game Pass on launch. One of the bigger announcements is a brand new entry in the Life is Strange series called Life is Strange True Colors, and it'll be launching on September 10th. But perhaps the most exciting announcement out of the entire presentation is a brand new look at Project Athia, which has now received its official title, Forspoken. This fantasy action RPG game looks absolutely stunning and will be coming exclusively to PS5 and PC next year. Speaking of PS5, that brings us to a quick yet exciting reveal about PSVR, as Sony showed us what the new controllers look like, and they look interesting to say the least. Kind of a mix between futuristic handcuffs and plastic underwear, but needless to say, I think that they have a striking design that definitely catches the eye, and what really matters is what's under the hood, as it's packing in some serious tech, including adaptive triggers and haptic feedbacks that are already present in the DualSense, and they can also detect and track your finger movements, allowing for a much more interactive and precise VR experience. And while we're on the subject of PlayStation, they're expanding their stay-at-home initiative and giving away 10 more free games to all PlayStation users over the next few weeks and months. The biggest of which is definitely Horizon Zero Dawn, which is one of the best games of the last 5 years and an absolute must-play, so definitely give that one a shot once it hits the service on April 19th. And in more big news, Sony has purchased the company responsible for the Evolution Fighting Games Tournament, most commonly known as EVO, which will be happening this year as an online-focused event for the first 2 weekends in August. This year's games so far include Street Fighter V, Tekken 7, Mortal Kombat 11, and Guilty Gear Strive. Notably absent, at least for now, is of course the Super Smash Bros. Series, although EVO put out a statement saying that games from different platforms are still allowed, which opens the door for the possibility. But Nintendo also put out a statement that was a little more cryptic and made it sound like that might be off the table for now, which would obviously be a big bummer as Smash has always been a huge highlight of the event. Lastly, let's brighten things up a little bit by talking about my 2 favorite games starring Jellybean people. Fall Guys is receiving its Season 4 update on March 22nd and will be bringing with it an all-new futuristic take on the classic Battle Royale game show. But perhaps most notably, it will include new costumes based on Among Us, the ever-popular game that none of us will ever be able to escape from. I see it everywhere. Everywhere. And while we're on the subject of Among Us, the long-awaited Airship map finally has a release date. It'll be available on March 31st, so everyone can get ready to kill their friends and lie about it all over again very soon. Alright, and that's everything for today's episode of The Drop. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to go smash that like button, subscribe for more content, and ring the bell so that you never miss a new video. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!